See you next week. That's all right, Dorothy. It's late. Why don't you just go to bed?
Thank you, ma'am.
Coming to bed? I love you, Richard. I realize that I'm not a priceless artifact, but I am alive, and I am lonely. I just can't compete with all of this.
Vivian, come on in.
Too late.
What do you see?
I see the latest in my long line of rivals.
Oh, hey, the party.
Oh, Richard, the party's over.
Vivian? Vivian? Viv, darling, wait a minute. Viv? Vivian? Vivian? Garson? Guard!
Richard?
See the woman. Injury, 17 Alexander Drive, main house. 3MD9, code 3.
3MD9, roger. No forced entry. Anything?
Not yet, sir.
Kelly, give me the board. One moment. Let me get the jacket. Here we go. Okay.
right, get him on the gurney. Simon? Bad? His back may be broken.
Lieutenant?
As far as we can tell, they only took one painting out of the whole collection.
Valuable?
$500,000.
That's valuable.
Doctor? Why is he so quiet?
I sedated him.
Mrs. Anderson, we'll need a copy of your guest list.
Well, Garson has it.
Who?
The guard.
Is the study door always kept locked?
Yes. Richard has a key, and the other is kept inside this clock. Richard and I were the only ones who know where the key is kept. Doctor, can I ride to the hospital with him?
Of course you can.
Lieutenant, I found this on the floor in the study.
Oh, miss? Is this the key to the study door?
You all right?
You know, it suddenly came to me going down those stairs in those few seconds that I was breaking my neck over a room full of junk because of a hobby I was caught up with.
Caught up with everything, Richard. Hobby, business, pleasure, everything.
Yes, but I neglected you. What is it?
You never said that to me before.
I never fell down the stairs before. There's a lot to repair between us, isn't there?
Why, Richard? Why did it have to be something like this that make you realize what was happening to us?
Why didn't you say something to me?
I did.
When?
Every time I looked at you.
Yes? All right, I'll tell her. Right.
He's asleep.
Good. Mrs. Anderson, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes, of course.
We can sit down over here. We found the guard.
Where was he?
He managed to drag himself into the house, but he was pretty severely beaten.
Beaten? Is he all right?
He's in very critical condition. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. It's just that it's so ludicrous. If my husband weren't the enormous success that he is, and we didn't live the kind of lives that we lead, and entertain the way we entertain, this whole mess might not have happened. Oh, that poor man.
Jack, I have the guard's x-rays. The injury was caused by a sharp object. It resulted in a hairline fracture and a contre-coup injury to the brain. Some kind of an angular object, maybe the corner of a car door.
You're telling me how, and I want to know who.
Must have been somebody he recognized, maybe somebody from the party. If it had been a stranger in that car, inside the gates at that hour, he would have kept his distance.
Look at this guest list, will you? Runs the gamut from the top of society to the bottom of the barrel. I guess when you got that kind of money, you develop some strange tastes and friends.
This is it, isn't it? This is what you've been mixed up in.
Shut up, Sheila.
Well, I don't want any part of it.
Any part of what, honey? The money or the problems that go with it?
You killed a man.
That means you can't identify me. We have it made.
You're crazy. No fence in the city is ever going to touch that painting now.
Whoever said I was going to sell it? Just cool it. Come on in. You're late.
Why did you have to do it? It was a joke.
Well, the joke was over when the guard walked over to the car and saw the painting in the back.
I mean, I could have explained what was happening to him.
I forgot.
You forgot? How could you forget? We went over and over and over everything. You knew that I was going to slip the painting back into the house afterwards, and then I was going to ask Richard if his life was really emptier without it. I mean, it was just a stupid prank.
That's what happens when you try to hurt your husband.
Well, so it got involved. We're safe. Nobody can tie us in.
Garson can.
He's alive?
He's in a coma.
Lou, what are you gonna do?
Shut up, I'm thinking.
What's there to think about? Get rid of the painting.
It was an accident.
The only accident was that man's still alive.
I'll talk to his wife. They'll never lack anything as long as they live.
If he dies, it's murder. Are you going to talk to the police?
I'll explain.
And say what? That your husband neglected you, so you split a man's head open?
Lou, burn the painting.
No. Sorry. It's against my religion to waste expensive things. Besides, I got to like the ugly thing.
You never had any intention of giving it back.
Sure I did. For $100,000.
Blackmail.
Now, don't start calling names.
Lou, I came to you because you were a friend, and I thought you'd help me.
No, you came to a hood. You invited to your parties because he was a big-time tough guy who didn't know which fork to use. So you buy me a ticket out of this town, and you do it fast. Because if that guard comes too, he fingers me. And I finger you. Who is it?
Police.
3608 Weston Road. 2 hours. Alone. $100,000 cash. Small bills, no markings. Or do I open that door before you leave? That way.
She's scared. She'll talk.
She can't talk if she's dead. Sergeant Allen, come in. Sheila, baby, open up the bar.
No thanks, lady. Not today.
How can I be a good citizen?
You were at the Anderson party last night.
Through the front door, invited guest. Who's your friend?
I'm Dr. Locke. I examined the guard.
Guard?
You heard about the painting being stolen from the Andersons?
I heard.
Did you also hear that the guard was injured?
Did you guys bring a weather report, too?
Mind if I take a look at your car?
You're also a mechanic.
I told you I examined the guard.
What are you looking for?
Blood.
Stay around. We may have a party, too.
Did you have the car cleaned up?
Even the ashtray.
Are they watching?
Like hawks. You get anything yet?
No. Let's just hope a little nothing makes them anxious enough to make a mistake.
Did you get that car cleaned up?
I took it to a wash. I didn't know I was supposed to clean them right away.
Don't panic. Look, drive to the spot at 3. Wait there. I'll get out of here some way and meet her.
Oh, no, we're washing the car.
Rent man.
Richard?
You know, I've been lying here thinking about why I collect things. Why I spend so much of my time doing just about everything else instead of just living. To cover me up with a new business, a new suit, a new painting.
Society wife?
Yeah, that's why I married you. You knew that. You also know that I love you now.
It's been a long time since you said that.
No, it hasn't.
When?
Every time I look at you.
Richard, I need some money.
Good idea. Go buy yourself something expensive. You got your checking account?
I need a lot of money.
How much?
What difference does it make how much?
Viv, what is it? I need to know how much in order to know what to put on the check.
$100,000.
Give me my checkbooks. $34,000, $24,000, $42,000.
Aren't you going to ask what it's for?
You just told me not to. But you'll get around to telling me when you're ready. Won't you?
Thank you.
How's the guard? He's out of the coma, but he's still unconscious.
Lieutenant? Gordon?
I'm across from the Kroneman car rental. Mason's girlfriend just walked in.
Stick with her. Maybe that bluff with their car worked.
What about the tail on Vivian Anderson?
You know, that lady is doing some very strange things, like collecting money at half the banks in town.
Are you from the police?
Ma'am?
I really don't need protecting, and I wish you'd leave me alone. You're making me very uncomfortable.
You must have the wrong...
3 Able 4, 3 Able 4. See the man. A 211 just occurred, 10th Street in Jarvis. 3 Able 4, code 3.
Zebra 9. I just blew the cover.
You are dealing with the thieves.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Your wife was seen going to several banks making large withdrawals.
She was doing some shopping. She always does that when things get tough.
She also shook what she knew was a police surveillance unit.
Doctor, please. She asked me to trust her. I don't care about the money, but I do care about our marriage.
If your wife meets those thieves, she can identify them. If she identifies them, she's dead. What kind of a marriage will you have then? Mr. Anderson. This is Locke. I found some bank books. Broadway, National, and Suburban Trust.
She's already been to Broadway and National. This should get a car to Suburban Trust.
This is 3 Zebra 6. Suspect is proceeding east on 7th. A new sedan, 4-door, beige, license number RTA 124. Turning onto Main.
Roger, 3 Zebra 6.
This is 3 Zebra 4. Surveillance subject just left the bank.
Fisher, what about Lou Mason?
No word on him yet.
He can't be out of this. I know they're going to meet. Oh, I know.
This is 3 Able 6. Suspect Linder has just stopped outside a warehouse off Block Road. Cab with surveillance subject just stopped at the same warehouse.
Where's Lou Mason? Inside. He has to be inside that building.
Lou? Lou?
You have the money?
Yes, I got it all.
Did you bring the picture?
This is better.
But I did everything that you told me to.
No chance. You just cry a little and I get a sentence while your lawyers get you a few weeks in a row.
Close the door. Gomez?
Don't try.
Get the money.
You all right?
She hired me. This was her deal.
Yeah, sure it was. Gomez, take him out.
It's true. Richard could only see his collection, and I felt as if I wasn't even there. I wanted him to see me, hear me.
Did you ever tell him that?
Loneliness isn't an excuse, but it can make you do terrible things. I just wanted a small part of the time that Richard gave to his collections. I felt so unimportant. Is that what you wanted to know?
Jack, Gar's gonna live.
Thank God.
I've been to see the lawyers.
Oh, Richard, just let it happen.
I can't just let it happen. Look, I'm just a kid from the street, right? The only thing I ever learned was how to fight.
Mrs. Anderson?
Richard? I'm sorry.
This isn't fair. She's paying for a mistake we both made.
No, Mr. Anderson, you're both paying.